r/Nosleep. Posted by u/archives-h. I work with a team that investigates haunted places. Part 4. Keystorm, Part 2. Hey, you with that investigative team? A voice asked. It was a woman who had been in the shop, in a distant corner. I saw you research the creepy doll thing. Yeah, I'm part of it, I replied. The name's Gray, that's Kyron Gray. And I'm Rainy Light, Rainy answered. You? Tessa Bishop, she informed. I want to talk to you guys about the house. Take a seat, I told, sliding deeper into the booth. She sat next to me, and pulled out a folder. So, what's about the house? For one thing, she began, pointing out the window to the hailstorm, you all should leave as soon as the storm clears up. And I heard you guys like collecting stories and I have one. Wonderful. Rainy cheered. What's it about? It's about the house, but not exactly. It's about the property of the house itself, and what I've experienced, Tessa informed. Suddenly, Rainy's phone rang, playing a soft, yet jumpy tune. Rainy whispered to me that it was the team, and left the booth to take the call in a more private area. The property? I asked. There's something out there, Tessa said. Something dangerous. Then, by all means, tell. I was on a hike in the woods behind the house a few months ago. I'd struck a deal with the former owner, the old now dead Krylov guy. I'd help him sort out some stuff with the house, and he'd let me hike in the woods behind the house to my heart's content. We never heard about a deal such as this. That's because we didn't want anyone to know what we found in the woods. I'm sure you're familiar with the story of the witch? The Blackwater? Obviously, I replied. Why? There's something that the story doesn't mention, Tessa began. There's something guarding the shrine in the woods. So, there is a shrine? I asked, confused. I thought there isn't a lake that deep in the woods. Wrong. There isn't a lake now, but a couple centuries ago, there was one. But that isn't important. What's important is that there's something hungry out there, something hungry for blood, human blood. What do you mean? I went hiking in the woods once, with Damien Kryloft, as I wanted to show him some ruins I had found earlier in the day, Tessa explained. Along the way, we found this cabin in the woods. It wasn't there before, and I'm not sure what, or how it appeared. I've been back there, and the cabin isn't there anymore. A cabin. We entered the cabin. Because of all things, the door was missing. There was a still-lit fireplace, and Damien took out his gun. And that's when we noticed blood pooling underneath the door leading to one of the rooms. And then? Well, we opened the room, and we found this. This thing. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but I swear, it almost seemed like a deer, but its legs were too long, and its head was filled with teeth. But whatever it was devouring this dead body, just ripping parts of it with its claws. As soon as it noticed us, well, it leapt out the window and vanished. And the dead body? We found an identification card, Tessa told. So? I asked. Who was it? It was you. With that, Tessa left behind the file on the table, got up, and vanished into the mall. I opened the file, revealing a collection of images. The first image was my identification tag, splattered with blood and gore. But yet, it clearly said my name, Kyron Gray, Company 7. The other images were of the ruins Tessa had earlier mentioned. They seemed to be of a shrine, and it seemed to be the shrine dedicated to the witch and the doll. Save for the doll, the shrine seemed to have fallen apart and was in pieces. But something else was bothering me. In every shot of the photographs, I could clearly see someone in the background. No, two distinct people that always seemed to be there, a blur that kept repeating. It wasn't Tessa nor Damien. These people looked different, yet it was too blurry to even check who they were. In the picture of the ruins, one that showed them in front of the forest, I could clearly see the two dots in the background, just looking solemnly at the shrine. In another, a photo of the cabin, the two blurry people were there, off in the far right corners, just peeking in. This was unexplainable, yet the people were everywhere, watching. Then I got to the last photo, the photo of the dead body. At first, I didn't seem to see the two people that watched the locations of all the other photos, until I saw a mirror, and saw the reflected, yet oddly still blurry faces of a blonde person, and a brunette. But the dead body seemed more important. It was my body, indeed, complete with my gray, Company 7 jacket, even with its insignia. But it didn't seem like me, not exactly. I was alive, but that wasn't the point. The body shape didn't seem like me at all. It was too short, and too wide. I looked at the jacket's left sleeve, which read my name Kyron Gray. Past the photo was a piece of paper. A piece of paper which simply read "They are watching you." After that, I heard Rainey's footsteps appear, and soon, she sat across me in the booth. "So, what happened with the woman?" she inquired. "I'm not sure, but apparently, I'm being watched and that I'm dead," I explained. "You don't seem dead." I laughed, then told her the events that had just played out, and then gave her the folder, and the pictures and the notes inside. I looked outside, and saw that the storm had weakened. I ordered food to take to the mansion, and soon, we were back in the car, now with Rainey driving. "Hey, Kyron, have you heard of a person named Leviathan Kane?" Rainey questioned around midway on the journey. "Sort of, why?" "You do?" "Well," I began, "I encountered him in a previous mission. He's some sort of a magician or something." "Why?" "I was on the phone with Azalea and Chambers," Rainey explained. "They explored this strange hidden room, and they found this journal about some person named Sadie Caleri, and in it, Leviathan Kane was mentioned looking for something called Koekyu skulls. Do you know anything about that?" "I do, actually," I explained. "They're used to summon some sort of ancient god of light, if I remember correctly." "Why?" "Just found that interesting, I guess." We soon arrived, and we found ourselves delivering the meals to the rest of our team, which gladly accepted it. I explained what had happened, and they filled me in on what they had found. Apparently, Azalea was digging around the library looking for a good book to read when he tripped over a lantern, which somehow opened up a secret passage behind the bookshelf. The team found an odd room with replicas of this pyramid, and models of headless statues covered from head to toe in hair, as well as odd photographs of the real statues themselves. When they found the journal, it all started to make a bit more sense. According to the book, an ancestor of Damien Kryloft, Carmichael Kryloft, the very stepfather to Marie Childress, had joined forces with this Leviathan Kane fellow, as well as the mysterious Sadie Caleri. They were apparently digging up something in the woods, some sort of tomb just beside a lake. A tomb, that according to one of the last entries of the journal, would be covered up to build the Marie Childress shrine. An entry told us that the three had found something inside the tomb, something horrific they didn't clarify in the journal. However, they did find something worthy of being written down. Something that seemed eerily familiar. Because, deep in the tomb, they found a candlelight, and deeper still, they found the resting, dead body of the Merchant of the Night.